Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Love Adventure number 2 readings. The last time I did love readings was about 3 or 4 months ago. It was like back in June of this year. So it's time for an update. Now, these are timeless, of course, but love is such an amazing adventure into knowing who we really are. So we're going to jump in and see what's coming next in our adventure of love. If you want to check out the previous ones, I will throw a link to the playlist for the Love Adventure number 1 at the end. So if you want to go check those out, feel free to do so. But let's go ahead and jump in and see what is in store for you. All right, all my Aries, I'm excited to see what's going to be unfolding for you for this next period of time. And we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this Rumi Oracle deck and see what the overall message for the 3 months is, and just see what is up, what is going on there. What does the Creator want you to know about your adventure in love? And as I mentioned in the description of the video, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, intimate. It could be friendships, your family, any type of relationship and expression of love in your life. So, Creator, what would you like our Aries to know for the next 3 months about their love adventure? Okay, that is the one. Wow, okay, so beautiful, which you're a fire sign, so this kind of represents you, doesn't it? But it's Passion of the Wild Red Mother, card number 36. And almost put that right here. And let's see what message comes with that for you. So Rumi, who was this scholar or, just a very spiritual, aware individual that was sharing a lot of truths in his life, it says, has a phrase from him that says, "Don't ask the conscious ones about the wine. Behold the glowing effect of it in the eyes of drunks." There you go. Bring me your unreasonableness, your insanity, your love without reason, and your passion. The passion that makes you crazy and shoos all logical restraint from your mind. Leave your ordered thoughts, your sensible plans, and appropriate attire at my door. Put on your animal fur and sing to me in gibberish. When my beautiful goats die, I make drums from their skins, and their spirits live on in my passionate play. When my birds drop their feathers, I gather them and put them in my hair. Come drum with me as I place feathers in your hair, and we honor the spirits of my animals, of your animal nature too, wild and free as you are in truth. Stick your tongue out and growl at those who try to tame you with guilt, shame, and fear. I love this. Do you think I give a damn for any of their silly games? Those games of reason and logic. Ugh. Of course, you should do it this way, they say. It makes sense. But I care not for what makes sense. I care for what brings you alive. Wow. And that's like a message from Rumi to you. And then it goes on to say, you, O blazing angel, are being invited by the wild red mother to participate in a dance of divine passion. You may be an activist, a poet, an advocate for justice, or a writer content in your own world of dreams. Or perhaps you're a healer devoted to the liberation of the suffering of others and hungry to commune with ancient wisdom. Perhaps you are all of these, or some other exquisite amalgam, A-M-A-L-G-A-M, of holy energy in form. Whatever your nature, there is passion in your heart, a fire for something more powerful than fear that can become the fuel for your life journey, if you accept the invitation of the wild red mother, of course. This is the invitation to lay aside despair, to lay aside doubt in the capacity of the human heart, even your frustration and impatience. It's time to quit whipping yourself and others, no matter how noble the intention behind the whip may be, and start dancing instead. Will you join her, the wild red mother, in her exuberant play? You can choose to lead through joy, to heal through love, to transform suffering into what it's meant to be, the crucible through which ecstasy reveals itself. You do not have to analyze, to stay in the throes of process and ordered stages. You can just choose this passionate path now, if you wish. You are ready. It's open to you. Will you accept? It takes a great spirit, one with much practice of studied rebellion, to be ready to cast off the shackles of society from a place of loving defiance rather than fearful anger. And to playfully say to the world, I have tasted your stale bread and underdeveloped wine, and have had quite enough now. I decline your offer to gorge upon such lesser fruits. I prefer to feast upon bread, hot and fresh, and wine that is mouth-filling and unctuous. Join me if you like. It is an abundant feast, and there is plenty for all. Even in the spiritually minded, there can be a driving fear, thinly veiled as devotion to the most arduous path. Perhaps for a while that serves a truth of sorts, but eventually there will come a time when smaller truths must give way to larger ones, so the soul can truly be free to grow. Passion is the bridge that leads you from a smaller truth that suffering is necessary in order to heal, towards a larger and more luscious experience of life as divine embrace. Yes, sometimes the divine lover, in all enthusiasm for the sport, bites you too hard or grabs you with so much desire that a bruise remains. However, the passion behind such fervent embrace can leave you begging for more life, for more of that boundless love, even when it knocks you on the head while grabbing for you. This is possible when you give up on judgment of what is good and what is bad, on what is apparently spiritual and what is not, and when you just realize everything in your life is leading to love. Whether through cares or a slap, the divine lover is seducing you. If you can accept this, you can certainly give yourself permission to love what you love, to live how you wish to live, and to forget about holding yourself back because some choices make sense and others supposedly do not. And there's a little more here, and I apologize this is so long, but it's so good, I'm going to continue to read it. If you are able to rise to the passion that is possible for you, you let the wild red mother consume your philosophies and doctrines. She'll feast on your religion and your plans and devour your doubts and your certainties. She'll tear away your need for maps and directions. Just when you think there's nothing left, she'll grab your hands and spin with you. You'll tip back your head and laugh so wildly with her, spinning together along with the earth upon her axis. With a daring and bold love for life that will not be quashed, that wild mother speaks to you now. You can choose passion over fear, time and time again. So I invite you to paint the whole world red with me with passionate nature. Let us laugh and change the world. And this oracle comes to you with a message. It is a big cosmic yes. It is also an invitation to let go of suffering and struggle, not with regret or shame, but with gentle acknowledgement that it has had its purpose. It now has a bigger purpose, that of passion, which calls you to engage in the embrace of life with more abandon than ever before. Now is the time to let go of belief systems and needing to know anything. It's time to trust in the beating of your own heart and in the people, places, and experiences that truly move you, whether it makes sense or appears to be logical or not. The wild red mother comes to you when you are ready for her at a soul level. Your mind may think she is a thief in the night, ready to pilfer all you hold near and dear, and be utterly in terror at the prospect. But your soul will be gurgling with such anticipation of freedom, it will fill your heart with sweet love and urge you to let go. Let her have her way with you, even if it means she crashes into you in the dark as she fumbles and drags you half asleep to go out dancing with her under the full moon, wearing nothing but your animal skin and smile. She'll soothe any bumps and bruises you receive in opening up to life with the most tender and effective of ministrations, for she is just as tender a nurse as she is a wild, raging dance partner. It says this oracle also brings you guidance. You have divine permission to do something ridiculous, be it ridiculous in your own mind for your age or career path, or some identity or version of yourself you or another hold. The more ridiculous or inappropriate seems, the more it moves you from your heart without rhyme or reason, the better. This is not about hurting people or behaving without moral code. It is not about childish indulgence and questionable justification for letting the ego misbehave. It's not about your ego at all. The wild red mother eats ego for breakfast. This guidance is about listening to the truth of your heart and allowing your soul to throb with aliveness, making that more important than any restriction, any opinion, any judgment or fear the mind, yours or that of others, could summon. That is beautiful. And I'm not going to read the ritual here, but this is really, really amazing. So this is such a beautiful card for a love reading. So over these next 3 months, it's about getting out of your mind, getting out of all those supposed to's, all those restrictions, all those fears holding you back. And this is about all this beautiful fire energy of which you are, Aries, and letting your passion flow, going for those things. You know, life is short. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to die before you begin to live? If not now, when? If not now, then when? You know? So it's really about putting the fears to the side and taking risks and enjoying life. And like I said, it's not being, a slave to your ego. And because the ego is all about fears and all those supposed to's and shoulds and need to's. This is about getting in tune with your soul and your heart and the passion you have for life and letting that out in every area of your life. So these next 3 months are going to be pretty blazing, I would say. And what we're going to pull from next is this crystal medicine oracle. And we're going to see what else the creator wants you to know about these next 3 months. And this is more the medicine that helps you move from the old to the new. So let me shuffle these up here. And I know that was a lot of reading from the book there, but it was so delicious and so right on point. I just couldn't stop. All right. Creator, what else do you want our Aries to know about this transformation from so serious to play and passion? It's like from that stale bread and that, unfermented wine and whatever into beautiful, hot, fresh bread and, delicious wine. Okay, there we go. And you've got personal power, and that has the power animal and chrysotile. I thought it said chrysolite, but it's chrysotile, and that's number 20. And I love this. And I apologize, I'm going to read from the book on this one too. But I like the bear coming out of hibernation and, flying instead of, staying on the ground. So it's really moving out of this caved, feeling, moving into this passionate, wonderful, wonderful place. Yeah, and so this, you have your personal power. It says you've attracted this card into your awareness as you're currently shifting your personal power to a whole new level, right? It's time to connect deeply with the strength and courage of who you are, to step up and step out into this world to be the best version of yourself possible. Due to the range of different fears we experience in life, at times we can hold ourselves back. However, this card has shown up today to ask you to feel the fear and do it anyway. When you finally move forward in your power, you will realize there will be no fear and you'll be fully in your power and manifesting your truth. Have you been feeling stuck or scared or stale, right? Are you currently lacking self-confidence? Do you give your power away to others? Do you follow the crowd? These feelings and experiences are all part of your journey and personal growth. Know this is now the time to embrace your power and have the courage and strength to conquer anything that comes your way. You are a warrior of light, and you're being invited to come fully into your personal power, which comes from a place of honesty, love, and truth. It's time to trust in yourself and your choices as you stop handing over your power to others. And the medicine that comes with this is this power animal. And common knowledge between the tribes and medicine people of the world indicate that we all have a power animal or animal spirit that guides us through the spirit world and through life. A spirit that offers us assistance, energetically sharing its specific wisdom and medicine. Our power animal stays with us from birth to death and can be called upon at any time. It is with us to teach us strength and courage and to connect with and embody our personal power. We also have many other animal spirits that come in and out at different times to guide us for particular parts of our journey. And each animal has a unique energy to share with you. However, your power animal will teach you the biggest lessons and offer insight, support, and guidance. Your power animal can come show itself to you in a range of ways, in your dreams, in meditation, in the physical world, and in trance journeys to the inner worlds. Call upon your power animal and work with the energy as you come fully into your personal power. And I love that, because even in this card, it was talking about getting in tune with your animal nature, letting that out and really connecting with your power animal will help you understand and express yourself more. So if you haven't really looked into it, usually we will know, like, we have this attraction to a particular type of animal. Like when you go to the zoo, you can't wait to get to, to see them in person, right? Or if you see something online and you just see it and you're like, oh, wow, I just love that, And so you will know what your power animal is just emotionally, if not intuitively, or both. And so if you don't, then do some sort of meditation or ask for it to show up in your dream and just pay attention to what it is. And then I would Google, like spirit animal, blah, and it'll give you information, whatever resonates with you and draws you to it. Look into that, because this is definitely something that helps you play more instead of being so serious. Animals they're not serious creatures, Animals love to play. All sorts of animals love to play, right? And so connecting to that piece of it, I think, is very important for you. Next, what we're going to do, I'm going to pull some cards here. I have 2 decks of these Love Oracle cards. and we have the dark one, and then I also have the pink one here. And so the dark one, I'm going to look at what type of information the Creator wants us to know about the love situations that are kind of bringing us down, that are suppressing our playfulness, that are suppressing and dimming our fire. And then we're going to see what, with the pink ones, once you transform and invite this energy in and accept the invitation to dance with the passion of the wild red mother, then we'll see, over the 3 months what it looks like there. So let me shuffle these up here real quick. One more time. Okay, Creator, what do you want our Aries to know about what kind of situations are dimming their light, dimming their passion, suppressing their passion, keeping them from having fun? Fun. I know in Aries you're so fiery that, but you also can be very focused in on, those things that are keeping you in fear, right? You can be so focused on accomplishing things and that you've been told you're supposed to, and that driving can be based in fear, not in, so passion can be misinterpreted when it's really like the adrenaline of fearing an outcome, if that makes sense. All right, so your first one here is you've got twin flames, yin and yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other. And so this belief that there is this one that's going to complete you, this belief that you're half of a person, like you're half of a soul, and the other half is out there somewhere, and you're incomplete until you find them. And that is a belief that is keeping you suppressed and keeping you feeling small and feeling less. Twin flames is more like there's a lot of different beliefs around, like soulmates and twin flames and two bees in a pod, those types of things. But when you step higher into your higher truths, and it did talk about letting some other truths go so that you could have, this life force fill you up in your life. When you let it go of this belief around, this twin flame or the one for your life, and you realize that before you come down here, you, it mentioned you have a birth and you have a death. This character that you're going to play, you choose who it is, what you're going to do, what your strengths are, and all that. Like when you start some sort of interactive video game, you choose your avatar and everything that goes along with it. When you're going to enter the game, when you're going to leave the game, and then everything you're going to experience as you go along. And we are whole and complete. We're actually all one, on the other side. We feel like this huge sea of unconditional love. We don't get a piece of us tore apart and then sent to Earth and go, good luck finding each other. They're on the other side of the world. Ha ha ha. It's not like that. It's before we come down here, we know all the experiences we want to experience, and that requires different people to play different parts for us. And we all agree, like I need people that are going to teach me what betrayal means and what, mistrust is, and what sadness is, and what anger is, and what disappointment is, and what fear is, and all these opposite emotions of what we are. And so people go, I'll do that for you. And then we agree different parts we're going to play in other people's lives, right? So we have so many different soulmates that are agreed to be in our movie with us. And so that's this movement from this allows you to not focus so much in on one person, but this it's like all pointing you to inside, to your soul, to your heart, to your inner passions, and letting you express you, not fall into this, I've got to express myself a certain way so I can win and attract my soulmate, my twin flame to me, right? So that's one of the things that they wanted to bring up here. And the other is talking. So interested, conversing more. I'm sorry, I can't read that so far away. Awaited messages arrive, text, call, email, hoovering. And so for me with this, the picture I saw in my mind is waiting by the phone for someone to contact you, right? And that you, in this, like, again, it kind of almost reflects a little bit into this, where we're wanting to search. We're searching. So I'm like, I'm putting out all these feelers, and I'm talking to all these different people, and I'm trying to maintain their interest in me and show that I'm interested in them. And you have all this energy that you're investing in this communication. And I kind of have this feeling, and this is a general reading, so it's not going to be different for everyone, but I feel like it's like you're the one that's always doing the contacting, the reaching out, and you almost feel like you're bothering them because they don't do the same back to you. And I have this flash of this movie, They're Just Not That Into You, and realize that when that happens to you, it's not happening to you, that it's happening for you, right? Because all of these individuals, they're pointing you back to you, because you're kind of cheating on yourself when you're trying to find your fulfillment outside of you. Because you're like, I'm not enough for me. Again, this is that twin flame, right? I'm not enough for me. I've got to find someone outside of me to make me more whole. And when really the best friend, the best mate that you'll ever have of human wise is inside you. It's you. And once you find your own self-love through the unconditional love from the other side, once you find that releases you, right? And we'll probably end up talking about this as we convert over here, but this really is about just realize that all this connection and all this grabbing and grasping, almost in desperation to be loved from the outside and not getting that, is a message for you. It's to turn inward. It's to find your passion inside. Get out of all those roles of those supposed to be shoulds, need tos that you've learned from the outside world, and connect to your passions and live your passions. You don't have to find something else to be complete, because you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are right now. You were before you came down here, and you still are. You're just playing this game as this avatar. And so really connecting to your inner fire, your higher self, your passions, your soul, is going to be a big transformational time for you. It's like, get out of the seriousness and get into the playfulness. Yeah. I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting. Want to date. And what I feel, how this is holding you back, is that I kind of feel, for a majority of you, you attach very quickly. Like if someone shows you interest, like, I like you, you're like, oh, okay, I'm not pursuing anyone else, and I'm going to focus all my energy on them because they like me. You showed interest, you're pursuing me. I love you. They go, I like you. Well, I love you now. And it's about this. That's okay. People can like you, but that doesn't mean that you have to, shut down all of your life and focus all your attention and time, energy, and money on them. You're like, oh, that's good. I like who you are too. You know, if you like them, hang out with them. But it's not about moving from, you know, meeting someone to planning your wedding with them in your mind overnight. It's about letting, experiencing each moment, being playful, enjoying the moments, not trying to rush to the altar, not trying to rush into prison, you know, where you're confined, you know, with each other. It's about enjoying the moments without expectations, you know. But these are the things that are really, I feel, are bringing this suppression, this this dimming of light. It's just like, it's dark, like these cards. It's like this little small candle like this, you know, in the dark. It's very small, when really you're this bright sun, you know, that you're this fire. All right, so if you do accept this invitation to dance and to play, letting all those supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's, all those expectations, just letting them go, then what ends up happening? How does this transform? Creator, what do you want them to know? Okay, there we go. The coffin. Sorry, this is hilarious though, because it's endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. It's like the old you dies and these relationships and these, you know, these beliefs in that it has to be a particular person. And yeah, it's just like, I mean, it literally is, this is like you're in a coffin, and this is you rising out of the coffin. You know, it's a lot of like this, the Judgment card is what I'm seeing in my mind in the tarot, which is usually shows like coffins and people rising from the dead because this angel is calling them, you know, with the trumpet. It's kind of like the rapture feeling to it, where people are rising from the dead. But the card is actually deeper than that. It represents finding yourself, realizing you're not just this human body that, you know, is, you know, this character that's born and ends, you know, in the game, but that you're this higher being of unconditional love, powerful, supernatural, eternal, coming down here to experience this. And so this is about connecting to your higher self, connecting to your inner fire. But it also means that some relationships and some things you're investing in, you're realizing, again, like that, they're just not that into you. And you're like, why am I doing all that? And it's like this big aha, and you drop it, you let it go. And for some, that is going to make them chase after you because the animal in some people are like, they like to be, you know, they like to be chased. And so they want you to be chasing after them. And if you want that, you just let it go. You don't even just worry about people chasing you. You don't worry about people wanting you. You just go have fun and be you. And that is very attractive, you know, because usually what we're attracted in other people is what we're trying to find in ourselves. But we're taught, I must consume that and make that mine in order for me to have it. Instead, you can look at the things that you admire in others and find out how you can develop it in yourself. But have fun. And then you have the snake. And I'll let you see that, and I'll read it when I can see it better here. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. What I feel is that you start to see things more clearly. So these other relationships and these other things that you've had, you realize that things were not as they appeared, and that you're now that this desperation that you were feeling, that strong need to be with someone and to be loved from the outside gets more quenched as you start into this playful energy. You go like, oh, I see how it is. But I also love that the snake sheds skin. And for me, that's the stronger message in this, is that you realize you've outgrown this, and so you're shedding skin and you're letting things go and becoming this higher thing. It has a very much of a Scorpio energy for me, because Scorpios transform from a scorpion to a snake, and then from a snake to an eagle, and then an eagle to a phoenix. And this fire with the snake just shows me this rising from the ashes, and again this fire energy here. I'm really connecting to this amazing fire element that you are. Yeah, here we go. The sword and the rose. And again, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. So you really, get your power back, like this was talking about as well, and your power animal. And again, that clarity. For me here, this is this Ace of Swords from the tarot as well, the minor arcana. And this Ace of Swords are like your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Ace of Swords allows you to cut away the old, like this has been talking about, and moving into the new. So I really love that card popped up here for you, because it is major transformation in how you're thinking and how you're believing about yourself and about the world and how the world works. You're suddenly realizing that, what? No, my heart can't be broken. No, I don't need external love to validate me. One of the big messages about love is like our self-worth. When we're taught to look outside of ourselves for our worth, that's what I call retail price, because how we're worth to someone else is what retail is. And so the problem with that is that we can end up on a clearance rack depending on what season these people's emotions are in. If we're in winter season and we're in North Alaska, oh my God, they love us and I need you, I need you, I need you. And then if we're in summer in southern Texas, they're like, oh my God, blue light special clearance rack, 90% off, and they don't. And so our worth is constantly fluctuating and unstable. But when we come to our higher heart, which this rose quartz represents, and we connect with our soul, and we find that unconditional love of the creator of all things is where our worth is based. That's self-worth versus retail price. And that's why I kind of feel this movement happens here, as this big awareness comes. I'm also going to use this everyday tarot and just get some clarifying messages here for us. I really want to put this right here. All right, Creator, what else do you want us to know about these next 3 months regarding the love adventure? And again, this can be outside of intimate love. It can be friendships and family and even work. Just any area of our life where we have a relationship. Maybe with your dog, your cat. Okay, anything else? Nope, just 2. Okay. So you've got 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is about abundance. Pentacles are about the outside world and all the characters that we play. And you even have the tree back here, which is like the family tree. And this is what's known as like the legacy. So it's about abundance that you have and that you achieve, that even not just fulfills you and makes you feel whole and complete and full of gratitude and thankfulness. It's for generations to come and even people outside your family tree. There is this other message that comes with this for me, though, which is about... I'm going to put this right here, is about like familial, I guess we'll call them chains or cycles that have been passed down from generation to generation. And this is telling you that you have the power when you get into this playfulness and you let these old expectations go, that you're able to break those chains. And not only for you and your generation and your family tree, but people outside of you, outside of your family tree, that with this switch and this change that you make regarding love and the self-love that you find through this journey, that you help them also see that they can break those chains that they have been going through in their life. So it's a beautiful thing. And this is a 10, which is again is endings and new beginnings. And then what was for over here? Okay, there we go. Yep, so 9 of Swords. Swords, again, are your, we're talking about this Ace of Swords, are your beliefs, your mindsets, your thoughts, your attitudes, your expectations. And this is known as the nightmare card, or I call it the insomnia card. It's what keeps you up at night. It's what gives you nightmares. It brings this anxiety for you. And it's trying to, meet all those expectations that you have had, all these stories you have around love, all those shoulds and have tos and need tos and supposed tos. And what's great is that what happens after here, this is the 9 and here's, a 10. The 10 of Swords is usually someone laying flat down with all the swords in their back. And they're not dead, they're just exhausted. And they're looking away at the sunrise because hope is coming. Because when you reach that point, you're ready to finally let go. And this is just saying that you don't have to get to that point, that you already are aware of this anxiousness and this anxiety and the sleeplessness at times and nightmares and the dreams that you have. So it's really so perfect for this group over here, because this is what you transform from, this, feeling so alone. It's like a dark night of the soul. It's like it's dark outside and you don't want to sleep because of the nightmares, but when you're awake, all you think about is all the things that you have nightmares about and all this stuff and how alone you are and empty you are and how desperate you are to be loved. And but what's beautiful is this transformation as you accept this playfulness and you start to look at all these beliefs. You can start cutting them and letting them go, because you start to see and I even feel like it's not about that you look into this and then you're able to play. It's like play first, change your whole energy into gratitude and playfulness and let your passions out and enjoy them. And then you start to be able to clearly see what's going on here. So it's, I love that. All right, and we're almost done. Hang in there. We're going to pull some cards here from these guardian angel cards and to see what the guardian angels have to say for you. What message your guardian angels have. Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, and I love these cards. I'm just going to show that to you. And so just know that you are never alone, that you do have this vast array of beings on the other side of unconditional love and light that are always around you, giving your love, and are there to support you. You just have to ask. They won't mess with your free will, so you just have to ask, and they'll be make themselves known, give you signs, everything, a lot like your power animal. Your power animal is a part of that. Your guardian angels and angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who've lived here and are already back on the other side, your ancestors, so many. And here is your card. It's inspiration, and I'll read this to you. It says, a wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities for your life. So I'm going to put that right here. Yeah, so definitely don't give up. Know that this was part of your journey. And it did mention it in both these cards too, that this experience is not wrong. It's what you came here for. So you could feel the contrast between the shadow and the light. By experiencing this, you understand more about this and who you really are. So just know and trust your intuition. Connect to your guardian angels. Ask them for assistance. Ask them for answers and clarity if you're unsure. And they will show you, because they are more than willing to be there for you. But they're like, yeah, you didn't come to this amusement park to be so serious and organize everyone's journey on how you can hit all the rides, and this is exactly how it needs to be done. They're like, go play, go enjoy the amusement park. You're only here for a certain amount of time. I'm going to put this white quartz heart over here, because that's what's going to purify and give you clarity and transform this beautiful energy into this awareness here. And then the final thing that we're going to do for your reading is pull a card here from the heart. These are affirmation cards. And we're just going to see what else the Creator wants you to know about your love adventure over these next 3 months. All right. Boom, boom, boom. And this says, I create loving action which sets my soul free as I grow with gratitude. So I feel like that is kind of the transformation that brings you over to this here. And then you have, my heart and mind are unified in spirit. And I'm going to put that over here, because this is all about, like the swords are all about your mind. And bringing in the heart is what allows you to unify and come together. And it is this, this is our ego, and that takes us on our mission and our adventure, right? And so it's not something that we hate. This is actually a part of ourselves. It's our shadow. And it's this joining together, embracing it and walking with it, but balancing it with your higher love, this higher heart as well. And then it says, I release old burdens and expectations of love. I am free to choose with confidence. That's exactly what we were talking about, releasing all these expectations of love, and that sets you free. Freedom. Breathe in playfulness and laughter and joy, and you get to enjoy your life rather than feeling like you're a slave to your all those expectations and all those fears. You get to live life full of love from the inside out. So I am loving this for you for your 3-month journey and adventure in love. And just know, as you go throughout every second of every day, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. And if you want to check out the first love adventure, it'll be linked probably up here or maybe down here at the end. So enjoy that. And I am sure I'll be talking to you very soon. You take care.